Hello, guys. Welcome today, and let's have a conversation. Welcome today, and let's have a conversation. Welcome today, and let's have a conversation. The conversation is centered on what is happening around the country, not just in Kenya, but even in East Africa. And the conversation is on the leadership and politics in East Africa. So keep tuned because we are coming with great stories over here today. Yes. It looks good. East African politics looks good. East African politics. Karibu sana, guys. Karibu sana. Let's have this one. I'm sorry for my lighting. It's not as good as I would expect it to be. But I hope my voice is okay. The sound is okay. So let's talk about East African leadership and politics, just as the heads are on what is happening around East Africa. And I wish we could have someone that we could have a conversation with as we talk about all these issues, because there are things that are happening around Africa and East Africa, and they might affect the stability of East Africa when it comes to terms of politics, leadership, economies, and even the stability, the friendship, and the brotherhood that has been in East Africa for all this long. That East Africa is believed to be led by Kenya. Okay, Kenya is believed to be the leader when it comes to leadership in East Africa. And it's funny. It's funny how everything is working around East Africa. We have issues in Kenya. We've had issues in Tanzania. We have issues in Uganda. South Sudan. Sudan itself has some problems there and there. So every eye is watching to see what happens next when it comes to every eye is watching to see whatever happens next in East Africa, especially Kenya, because most of the people look at Kenya as the way, as the key to what is happening in Africa. So let's talk about these issues. Let's talk about some of these issues and see uh, what is happening around, and see whether we have a better way to solve our issues in East Africa, or we need some other people to come and help us solve our issues in East Africa. So that is what I want us to talk about today, and it might be longer enough. I'm just wishing that the I'm wishing like the network will be okay with us, and we'll have more people to talk about these things. You can connect with us on using the chat box that is open for each and every individual who wants to say something on what you're talking about today. You can link with us. I said I'm so sorry for I'm sorry for the uh, I'm sorry for the lighting is not that sufficient. The light is not sufficient today, but we'll make sure that we get a good lighting as we continue. It's our maiden. It is our maiden, but the lighting is good. It's not that much bad as I thought. This is our maiden. It is our maiden share for today. But we will continue doing this and having this communication, or having such a communication or such a chats each and every day to just try to understand whatever is happening around the country. So, as I said earlier, we have issues happening in East Africa, and most of the people think that Kenya is more pivotal when it comes to decision making in East Africa, and most of you East African guys will look onto Kenya as a brother, big brother who has to control whatever happens around East Africa. So if Kenya goes wrong, then the rest of East Africa might go wrong, as most of the people would think. But is it true? Is that understanding true, or it's not true at the end? If Kenya goes wrong, then East Africa itself will go wrong. Okay. Currently in Kenya, after the demise of Raila Amolo Odinga, who was a very key political and leadership figure in Kenya, uh, things have gone not as expected, because there are people who are expecting much from this guy, but now it's not as they expected. It's not happening as expected, because he's no more, and his voice, he's gone, and he will never come back. He will never be there again to talk. He'll never be there to, to interact. He'll never be there to solve issues, as he has been solving very many issues in this country. Now he's gone, and the voice, the only thing we're remaining with in relation to Raila, that relates to Raila Amolo Odinga, is the clips and the words and the encouragement that he has given unto us, and before he died. That is the only thing that we're remaining with. So we can only remember him from whatever he said, how he said it, and where he said it. That is the only thing that we can remember Raila Amolo Odinga with, as far as leadership and politics is concerned. But he's someone who shaped the politics of this country. Yeah? He's someone who really shaped the politics of this country at every angle. Remember the multi-party struggles. All these struggles were played by Raila Amolo Odinga. They were brought about by Raila Amolo Odinga and played by Raila Amolo Odinga, and he achieved. And that is why Kenyans can enjoy multiple political parties in Kenya, can be registered, and all these people can go to the ballot paper and claim whatever position they want to claim. And as you had Sifuna talk about yesterday, you had Sifuna talk about something yesterday, and he said Raila believed in the power of young people. He believed in creating more leaders. He believed in bringing more power of young people into the politics of the country. And that is what he did by bringing more and more people into board or into leadership sphere. And Sifuna said he was only 35 when he was elected the SG of he was elected the SG of ODM as the Secretary General of ODM. It was only how many years? 35 years. And Raila believed in him. He reiterates and says that he don't really understand what Raila saw in him, but at least he was given, not at least he was given that position. He was given that position as the Secretary General of ODM. And since that time, he has been under the leadership of Raila, under the coaching of Raila Amolo Odinga. But now Raila Amolo Odinga is not in the picture. Now, what will happen next to these people? What will happen again to these people? And that's the question that most people are asking. Will ODM change? Will ODM change? Will ODM break down? Will ODM split up? That is the question that most people are asking. Not just Kenyans, but even people around the world are wondering if that is what is going to happen. And we've had the celebration of ODM at 20 happening in Mombasa. Most leaders came in talking about what they feel would be right and what they thought Raila would have done. And what stands out in that is I like the courage that all the leaders came up. I like the courage that most of the leaders came up with, and the way they could say whatever they feel is right for ODM and the direction that they feel the ODM should take. The question is, in all those things that you're talking about, is that what Raila Amolo Odinga would have wanted for ODM? Is that the cause that Raila Amolo Odinga would have wanted for ODM? And I believe that is the question that most of them are asking themselves. If we take this route, Is this what Raila Amolo Odinga would have wanted? Sifuna several times he said, sorry, Sifuna several times he said that there are those who are in ODM and they feel that ODM should remain in the broad-based government. Broad-based government, or they should support Jubilee, not Jubilee, UDA, when it comes to the 2027 general elections. And Sifuna has said most of the time, he has said this and he will continue saying it each and every time that Baba said that ODM should feel someone. Thank you so much, folks, for the likes. Thank you so much, folks, for the likes. Baba said that ODM should feel someone when it comes to the 2027 general election. Like they should have a presidential candidate in that. And the question is, who should? And Sifuna tried answering that question by saying it's not that ODM is void of people who can compete with His Excellency William Samuel Ruto when it comes to the 2027 general elections. He says there are other people that ODM can stand with. There are other people that ODM can run along with. And there are other people that ODM can push when it comes to the presidential elections 2027. And he mentioned a few people. I thought he was joking, but I think he was telling them that ODM just needs to stand before someone. ODM needs to push someone. ODM, they just need to back someone. And once they have someone to back, everything will be positive, and they will have someone to lead and someone to go into that. And it's yet to be decided who is going to do what, when, and where. Who is going to be the flag bearer of ODM when it comes to the 2027 general elections. And currently, Oburu Odinga, the brother, the old elder brother to Raila Amolo Odinga, is the interim leader, interim party leader of ODM. But most of the people are looking onto the change. Maybe there will be a change when it comes to the leadership of ODM very soon, or as time goes. And now, who to replace the old Gen Z leader is what most people are trying to speculate. And the other names that people have come up with in the same speculation, and some of those names people are asking themselves, will it be Oburu Odinga? Will it be Sifuna to lead ODM? And if you ask most people tell you that they want Sifuna to lead ODM. They would like Sifuna to be the leader or the party leader of ODM. That is what most of the people would want as you ask them. And some are going for saying that Babu Wino can lead. Some are saying that Wino Dinga can lead. And some are saying, he said some are saying that Babu Wino can lead, Sifuna can lead. And some are crying that Wino Dinga should. And we saw the sister to Wino Dinga making not Wino Dinga, the sister to Raila Dinga making a joke. I don't know if it was a joke or she was serious on that. Who said that she cannot run for presidency in 2027? Who say that he cannot run for presidency in 2027. That is, was very much interesting. I don't know if it took the caption of very many people, but there are a lot of comments on that. There were a lot of comments on that in regards to the same. There are those who say that they would like Sifuna to be the party leader. There are those who are saying that Babu Wino should. The young people are saying that Babu Wino should. Babu Wino and Sifuna are both young people, and they are so much passionate and very vocal when it comes to the leadership. Currently, we will say the only people who are really pushing the opposition will in this country is Sifuna and I'll talk about Babu Wino, like who are logically. There is the brigade of Rigathi Gachagua, but most of the Kenyans will agree that the brigade of Rigathi Gachagua is more of it's more tribal. Most Kenyans say that that brigade is more tribal than it is bearing the nationwide flag. Because Rigathi Gachagua likes talking about Watu wa Murima most of the time. So most people are saying no, Rigathi Gachagua is good, but he is bearing more of a tribal card more than a national card. So what he's doing is more of a tribal card more than a national card. So people are 50-50 about that, and they might change their minds or they might remain in the same position when it comes to 2027. Then there is an issue of what we will call the coalition formations, possible coalition formations in this country. that might lead to maybe the unseating of the current president, William Samoei Ruto. But it might be hard enough. It might be hard. It might prove hard to unseat these guys. This guy because hey, mother, huyu jamaa amejipanga, and he's in a very good position to maintain that seat if whatever we want to talk about won't be reached. But if these guys talk about, if these guys do whatever we just want to talk about, maybe they might have a chance or an opportunity to unseat this guy. So let's talk about what happened and some of the utterances that were made in the ODM 20 celebration in Mombasa. As we said, Sifuna came in and he came so clean and talked about what he knows that Raila Amolo Odinga would have wanted. And he made a remark and said, it seems like there are very many things that Raila Amolo Odinga talked to different people in there are different people that Raila Amolo Odinga would have told these people in private. But at least there is one thing that remains strong because this is what he said in public. And the main thing he said in public was that ODM must field a candidate in 2027 general elections, and they are not going to support the broad-based government. That is according to Sifuna. But in the very, very ODM, there are other leaders who feel like ODM should support the sitting president William Samoei Ruto when it comes to the 2027 general elections and be there and support him to the presidency and remain in the broad-based government. Those are just the remarks of different people in ODM, not the remarks of everyone in ODM. That is where most of the people are wondering: will there be Will there be a breakup in ODM, or will ODM remain to be strong? Will there be a breakup in ODM, or will ODM remain to be strong in its leadership and its call and its objective of standing for people and for the rights of the people, as Raila Amolo Odinga would? Much happened with Raila Amolo Odinga. He fought for this country through his sweat blood, life itself, and health itself, trying to make sure that Kenya is a very good country, that we can enjoy the freedom that we are enjoying now, the freedom of speech, the freedom of speech and expression and all that. But if that doesn't happen, how does it look, or how will it look when it comes to the 2027 general elections? President Ruto is digging deeper, going around the country and wooing the people, and to asking them to vote for him in 2027. And that is one thing that most of the people are really working on. And as I said, if the opposition doesn't really plan itself better for this thing, they might end up giving President William Ruto a very early lead when it comes to the 2027 general elections. And that is what's going to happen if they don't plan themselves. Malala has gone on saying that for him, when it comes to the 2027 general elections, he's not seeing anyone better, any candidate better than Rigathi Gachagua. And he says it's Rigathi Gachagua or Rigathi Gachagua. There's no one else that he feels can be a very good leader who can unseat President William Samoei Ruto when it comes to 2027 general election. For him, he's convinced. But who are the people who have come forward? Who are these people that have come forward to play this role? And you can chat with us in the comment section and tell us who is your favorite presidential candidate in 2027. We're talking about politics and leadership in East Africa, that is in Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda, because that is where it's really hitting hard when it comes to leadership. So we are summing up with Kenya, and then we go to Tanzania, and then we talk about Uganda slightly with some of the remarks that have been made by the Ugandan president, that is Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, that has really taken a toll to very many Kenyans when it comes to social media and all spheres of talk. Go everywhere, people are talking about the same thing. All the young and maybe the children are also talking about, but I've not heard any child talk about, but we've heard the youth, the Gen Zs, and the old talk about that. So Rigathi Gachagua has shown his interest in the presidency, that is when it comes to 2027 general elections. But due to his impeachment, he was impeached. Remember that. Due to his impeachment, if the court if the court upholds the impeachment, that means that Rigathi Gachagua will not be in position to vie for the presidency in 2027, and that is he has to back up someone else in that area. That is the case, and that is the reality That is the bitter reality. But if the court changes that, then it means there might be something else that will be happening on the same, and that means that something else will be happening on the same, and there might be a slight change in the leadership in that area. So that is possibility number one. And I don't know what you guys think about that. Do you think that the court will play in favor of Gachagua, or do you think the court will play against Gachagua? So let me see your comments on the same as we continue to talk about this. And then the next person, the third person who, the second person who has shown interest is Matiang'i, backed by Jubilee Party. He's backed by Jubilee Party to go contest against there is President William Samoei when it comes to 2027. In Odium, we are yet to get someone, but we have Kalonzo Musyoka, Wiper Party leader, also interested. Uh, we have Martha Karua who's also interested, and we are yet to get more other people who are interested in this. So let's talk about this as we continue. Let's talk about this as we continue. Let me just hello guys, we are back. Just dealing with a few things here, and then we'll be back on the show. So remain on the same place and give us your views. What do you think? Who do you think will be the next president, or what's gonna happen next in this country? Yeah, jina ni Alan. Yeah. So I'm sorry for that, guys. I had to pick up something. Unajua ukiwa kwa studio shughuli zinakuwa mingi. So we say the next person on the presidency amekuwa ni nani? Amekuwa ni Kalonzo Musyoka. Who has shown interest, ameshow interest kwa the presidency. Amesema pia anataka kuwa, angependa kuwa rais wa Kenya. Then tuko na Martha Karua, then ODM hatujapata mtu so far, and that is where most of the people are asking, nani atawekwa na ODM? ODM itafield nani for that presidency? ODM itafield nani for that presidency? So I would like you to interact with us and tell us now, what do you think, or who do you think ODM will field when it comes to who do you think ODM will field when it comes to da-da-dum, 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 da-da-da-da-dum, da-da-dum, da-da-dum, da-da-dum,